Welcome. My name is Daniel. I am the creative heart in the fight and your host for today. Before we jump into the show, I want to take a few minutes to remind you, if you haven't already, like our Facebook, our TikTok, our Instagram, and certainly subscribe to the YouTube channel to gain access to future content. You definitely want to get that. All right. We have a special show for you today. We will be interviewing a number of Streetbeefs fighters who fought in the last BLK Prime event a few weeks ago. And if you've been sleeping under a rock, if you're fully unaware, well, let me help you get up on game, right? And so, one, if you're not familiar with the name, let me just tell you how this all occurred. So, the beginning of the year, we had Streetbeefs partnered with Bay Area media company BLK Prime to do pay-per-view fight events where Streetbeefs fighters will have an opportunity to fight in a more, how should I say this, a more formal setting with announcers, with official judges, referees, live commentary. They have their own walkout music, all inside of a ring. And there's a number of other hosts and a number of other perks that we'll kind of get into in speaking with the fighters today. So it will happen every single month. There will be a BLK Prime pay-per-view event. You can go on their website, rent the last event, or purchase the upcoming card. And the last event, there was this general consensus that the fight of the night was between Franco and the Magician, right? And they will be on the show recapping their fight, their experience, and what was going through their minds as they went through an all-out war. In the upcoming BLK Prime event, we would also like to welcome the legendary Streetbeefs Hall of Famer who dominated his division and went undefeated and pretty much finished all his opponents except for one. And as a result, he signed with Anthony Pettis' fight team, and that is no other than Reckless Rico. So he will be fighting in the upcoming card, but he'll also be joining us today to talk about his fight. In addition to Reckless Rico, we will have the former Streetbeefs West Coast light heavyweight champion, the Canadian, who will take on the current Streetbeefs heavyweight champion, the Gorilla. They will also come on the show to talk about their fight. And lastly, we will wrap up the show with the heart and the fight number one. Can we do that? Number one, pound for pound, light heavyweight boxer and Streetbeefs champion, Venom Black. He has some important things to share with our audience today, and so we are excited to have him on. And so make sure you tune into the very end. We have a stacked card. We have a stacked show. You don't want to miss out. All right. With that, let's bring on our first guest, Franco and the Magician. Gentlemen, how y'all doing?
Yo, can you guys hear me?
What's up, man?
Yep.
I'm doing pretty.
Y'all doing all right?
That's
Yeah,
funny.
bro, how you doing?
Actually, at home too.
Good.
Sure.
So, all right. So it seems like a little choppy on your end, Magician. But like I said, you just got home, and so once you settle down, and so we'll just go with you, Franco. So before we actually get into the fight, talk about some of what occurred there. Can you tell us a little bit about what was your BLK Prime experience? For those who have never done it before and the fighters who are going to do it in the future, what can they anticipate? What can they expect?
Oh man, it was like a lifetime experience. You know, it felt like how you watch pay-per-view fights on TV when you watching like Canelo or Floyd and stuff like that. You know, you got the stage, you got the ring, you got the announcer, you got the ringside people, you got everything. So it's like it was definitely a different experience. You know, and it's that experience where you just like you get them butterflies. You know, just because it's just being in the moment. You know.
And so when you land there, so when you first got there, how did they welcome you? What was that like?
Oh man, it was fun. You know, it was like, we wake up, we had to go do the interviews, we had to go this, go do that, and we had to come back, and then we had to come back, and then so it wasn't really like you didn't really have no super downtime to like after the fight, because you're basically like my mind the whole time was just on the fight. It wasn't really on anything else but the fight. So even if I wanted to relax, I couldn't.
I hear you. Magician, what was your experience like
My
before
bad,
you
y'all.
jump
My
into the ring?
mic is acting weird up right now. Well, I mean,
Okay.
for me, I was pretty calm, man. I mean, like, for me, it was like a dream come true. I felt like I was playing Fight Night Champions or something. So, yeah, it's kind of funny how, like, just visualizing, like, damn, I'm actually coming out over here to Cali for the first time ever, doing a walkout with your own music, and then going in there and trying to put on a show. It was crazy. Like, it was honestly crazy.
Yeah, how many days did y'all go out beforehand?
2 days before.
2 days before. Did both of y'all went 2 days before?
Yeah, I got there Thursday, and then we
Yeah, I
fought
got there
Saturday.
Thursday too.
Okay. And did they picked y'all up, or
Yeah,
how
they
did
picked us
y'all
up
get
from
to
the
the place?
airport.
Okay. And
What's that
were
again?
you all housed in the same place?
Nah, me
Oh,
and him
no,
was in
no,
two
no.
different separate hotels.
Okay. And so the only time y'all came in interaction or saw each other was at the actual event.
Yeah, like when we got on the
It was
bus
like
ride
during
and
when we
stuff.
got picked up. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, Franco.
No, I was saying it was basically during the bus rides when they came to pick us up and we had to go, do the interviews and things like that. That's the only time we actually got to see each other.
Word. All right. And so what was the face-off like?
Oh man, everything was fun to me, man. Honestly, it was all like a fun experience. It wasn't like, something to be like, I mean, I was just in a moment. I was actually having fun with it, It was a great experience. It was fun. I mean, it was livid, It was fun. It was definitely fun, man.
I think you're on mute, musician. I think you have accidentally muted yourself. Unmute. Okay, we can hear you. Okay, I think he's having internet issues. All right, so we'll just continue the conversation. And so, all right, and so now we're at the day of the event, the day of the fight. What's going on? All right, and so not until you get to the ring, but as soon as you get to the actual location, what's going on? Walk us through that.
When we get there, they had, they basically walking us down of who's fighting first, breaking us down like what we doing, how we gonna do it, things like that of that nature. And basically, getting our hands wrapped, getting prepared. So my homeboy D, shout out to D, he was doing the hand wraps. He did hand wraps for me. So that was it. I was just waiting to get into the ring. That was basically it. I wasn't really paying attention to anything else. Basically just focus on getting in there and do what I had to do.
And it also seemed, I know that a couple people went live that day, and so I was able to see a little bit of the space. And so it seemed like you two were actually relatively close to where you guys were relatively close to each other when you were wrapping your hands. How did that feel being close to your opponent right before you go out there?
Well, for me,
it's a fight game. It's a fight game, so it's like it's nothing personal, At the end of the day.
Yeah.
So to me, that's just a normal thing, It's like every day we wake up every day, go outside, probably fight with our neighbors. After that we probably cool again. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Where I certainly hear that. How about you, Franco?
It was about the same. I got to chop it up with him a little bit before the fight. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't really no like hardcore like tension at all for me. You know what I'm saying? So like it was just another thing. Get in the ring, fight, because this is shit that we do. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't really nothing personal. It was just business basically.
All right. And so now you hear your music playing. You guys are walking out. How are you feeling at that moment?
That shit was crazy. Like I said, it was
Yeah, I
crazy,
mean,
man.
yo, the actual song that I walked out to was a song that I made. So it was pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? Like to walk out, you know what I mean? The lights going, you got the ring announcer and all that shit. So it was just like, you know what I mean? It was crazy and shit. It was definitely fun, man. It was definitely a fun experience. I definitely want to relive it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a fact, man. I actually I came out to one of my friends' his music. We used to be classmates back in middle school. His name, they call him his name is Isaiah Banks, or 20 Nice, 2 Nice. I mean, he's right now like growing up right now, like in his music in New York is like popping off right now. So it's like he's like the next Pop Smoke in a way, you know what I'm saying?
All right. And so now that you're in, they call your names and they say fight. And so what is your game plan going into the fight? Did it work out to the way that you anticipated it? Because I mean, I don't know if y'all expected it to be a all-out war from the very beginning, or if that was part of the game plan. But was that part of the game plan?
Oh no, I mean, I personally, man, I don't even know what the hell happened. To be honest, I'm a technical fighter. You know what I'm saying? I'm a very technical fighter. I mean, anybody could tell you that. But I did not expect myself to throw 6+ punches combinations. I did not expect that. Like, look, I'm a fat boy. Look at this. You see this? Like, I'm a big dude. I'm 250, man, and I'm like, damn. Don't suck my stomach now. Don't do that. Go there. Daddy. Go. Yeah, Daddy, do something. Daddy.
And so, Franco, were you trying to put the pressure on early, or was it just like instinctual? It just came on.
Man, I was really just trying to fill him out. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, like I always tell people all the time, it's different from how you can watch a fight and the things you think you're gonna do, it doesn't turn out what you think you're gonna do is what you end up doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it turned out way different than I thought. You know what I'm saying? And I think he put up a great fight. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker can move, man. He
I'm
can
telling
move,
you,
man.
I've
You know
been
what I'm
picking you
saying?
for a reason, bro.
I give him his props. I'm not one of those fighters. Like if you catch me, I'm gonna say you caught me. I'm not a liar. I keep it real. I keep it funky. You know what I'm saying? And like I said in the fight when he asked me, he called me 3 good times. You know what I'm saying? And that was it. But when your adrenaline's rushing, you're just in the moment. A lot of shit you can remember. A lot of shit you can't remember. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, he was just moving like crazy. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like this guy's just choo, 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 choo.
Not like with Franco. Like I thought like I seen his videos. He'll get tired. And I'm like, okay, he's tired. I don't know where the fuck he got his second win from. I'm like, yo, I'm like, this is not the Franco I was watching on YouTube. This is not the same Franco. Like I was just shocked. Like I'm like, yo, he's still going? What round is this? 6? I had to question myself. I'm like, this has to be the last round. No, it's only the 4th round. I'm like, you fucking kidding me. I'm there like, fuck. I'm like, now I have to sit down now. I'm like, shit.
Yeah, man, it was one shot he caught me in the ribs, man. Like it really it kind of took the wind out of me, you know what I'm saying? But as I kept going, I said, man, fuck this shit. I'm not going down on my, on my face. You know what I'm saying? Like, hell no, I'm pushing through this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just me. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, if you look at any of my fights, I told myself I'm not gonna come in there brawling and fighting like I do. You know what I'm saying? Before I was gonna come in there like a whole different fighter. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I told myself. And that's what I came to do. And that's what I did.
Yeah. No, he gave me a good fight. I'm not gonna lie. He did. I'm hitting him with combinations, and I'm like, yo, he's not going down. I'm like, he's not going down. I know he feels it, but he's not going down. So I was like, screw it. He's not gonna go down. Let's go to 6 rounds, whatever. So instead of me using my power punches, I was just making sure picking up my shots, my counters, and like he was just still going. So I'm like, damn, like this dude is not tired yet. I was getting tired. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and honestly, I only had I only had 2.5 weeks to train because Esteban hit me up. And I said, yeah, I'll take the fight. You know what I'm saying? I don't duck no fights from nobody. You know what I'm saying? When he hit me up, I was just like, all right, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I was training at least two to three times a day. I only had 2.5 weeks to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I think if I would have had a good about 2-3 months, you know what I'm saying? I think we both would have went. You know, it would have been way more crazier. But it is what it is. I don't make no excuses. You know what I'm saying?
Props to you though, man. 2 weeks, man, of training, man. That's a lot, man. That's a warrior spirit right there, bro. Because so they hit me up about the BLK Prime, right? Well, they messed me up with Paradox. Obviously, we've seen Paradox in person. He's a smaller dude, and the whole time I'm thinking about working on fighting southpaws. Then those last 2 weeks, they're like, "Oh yeah, you're fighting Franco." I'm like, Franco. I looked at the video like, "Oh, he's not a fucking southpaw. This is great."
Yeah.
All right.
I saw that video Southpaw made about me too.
Oh no, speaking Southpaw. Hey, that's Southpaw. Hey, I'm sorry about that, man. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. Hey Southpaw, we're gonna have to get in the ring, man. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
I don't care about none of that shit you
Southpaw.
talking. That was cool though. I like it. It was cute. But we're gonna have to see each other about that one. It's all love and respect though. You know what I'm saying? Nothing personal.
Now, if you guys don't know who Southpaw is, I mean, I guess everybody knows who Southpaw is by now.
Yeah.
He loves boxing, but don't get him pissed off or don't do anything of that. Don't do anything of that because he won't stop. He will not stop.
Oh, Sunshine says Southpaw wants to get in the ring.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Tell me that. Yeah, he did.
He a cool dude. He a cool dude though. Besides, you know, the internet stuff. You know, he a cool dude. I met him. I chopped it up with him just a little bit. He cool.
All right, so let me ask you this, right? You two are engaging in this all-out war. You guys are going 6 rounds. How do you think the fight was going into the 6th round?
For me, man, I ain't gonna lie. Like when I got to like the 4th round, like he said, I don't know where the fuck my second win came from, and I was just like, man, like the thing I had to do was keep hitting him with that jab. You know what I'm saying? Because when he come inside, he had like those short, you know what I mean, those short hooks he was catching me with. You know what I'm saying? So I decided like try to keep him at bay. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. I mean, I guess you know. I mean, it was a brawl, man. It was a fight. You know what I'm saying? It was all out war. Despite what the haters are saying on the sideline, because they know they can't see me. The niggas know who I'm talking about. You know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? Like it was all out war. You know what I'm saying? You know, I gave him my respects. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
Yeah. Same thing that Franco said, man. He's a warrior, man. And all those haters that are talking crap about Franco, y'all wouldn't last 6 rounds with Franco. So if you have a problem with Franco, that means you technically have a problem with me too, because you know he stepped in there, you know, as like a warrior, 2 weeks notice. We put on a great show, and he still managed to walk out there safe. You know, like I told him, you know, we got families to go to. You know, we put on a good show, and boom, look at that. We both get to walk out standing, and you know, to our family. So, you know, at the end of the day, that's you know, he's a warrior. So, like, respect to you, brother.
Yeah,
Word. Yeah, and so let me just ask this. I know there's a little bit of controversy, right? And so I know the decision went to the magician, but I also saw some posts y'all put up, especially you, Franco, that you disagreed with the decision.
Yeah. Like I felt like the first 3 rounds I took, I gave him the last 3, but I felt like in the 6th round, I felt, just my personal opinion, I felt like I landed more punches in the 6th round. Because we both was tired, you know what I'm saying? But I kept, you know, leading that jab and shit. But like I said, I don't make excuses, man. You just can't leave it in the judge's hands. Like, you know, like Wolverine would say, you know, you don't want it to go to the judges, you know what to do. So, you know, it is what it is, man. You know, he took the win. Congratulations to him. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I wouldn't want to lose anybody else, man, because he definitely put up a good fight, man. He definitely did.
No, Franco, he kept pushing forward, man. It didn't matter if he was tired or not, man. He kept pushing forward. But with the decision, I mean, it just depends on how people look at it. As you know, like some people are gonna look at the aggression the combinations, and the times I called him. I forgot what round it was. I think it was a 4th round, 5th round. They gave him a standing 8 count towards the last. I believe so, and I think that made a big difference in the scoring. I think it was just the combinations aspect that the ref was like, yo, like the judges were like, yo, like he's doing a lot of punches for a big motherfucker. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like me personally, I'm not proud of being 250. I should be 200 pounds, 180, and that's actually my goal, to drop down to like 200 pounds. Because if my short little fat ass can move like that at 250 and throwing hands like that, can you imagine me at 200 pounds, 50 pounds less?
Oh yeah. Look, I'm gonna tell you something. I done boxed a lot of people, bro, and he definitely gave me a run for my money. You know what I'm saying? He definitely did.
All right, awesome. So, is there a rematch in place? I know that both of y'all have talked about it, but I don't know if there is an official rematch in place.
I think so. Right?
We're definitely gonna rematch one day. You know what I mean? Whenever it is, we're definitely gonna rematch. You know what I'm saying? It's all for the fun of the sport. I definitely respect him as a person, as a man, and as a fighter.
You too,
you know
bro.
what I'm saying? So, we're definitely gonna do it, man. You know what I'm saying? Give the people another good show, and whoever wins, they win. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Yes. And Sunshine is saying she believes that there is one in place. And so, I mean, what can people expect in a rematch then? If that is true, what can people expect?
I mean, fireworks. There's nothing else.
I mean, let me ask. Hey, let's ask him a question. So, what did you think of the fight, Daniel?
Hey, I was surprised, to be honest. I was surprised on how much y'all were willing to mix it in. The thing is, I know, Franco, you're an aggressive fighter. Like, you've always shown that you've been aggressive. But I didn't think but normally you fight in 3 rounds. And so I didn't think you were going to do that in 6 rounds. I thought maybe that you were going to have a slower pace or maybe turn it up later in the rounds. I didn't think y'all were going to go at war from the very beginning. And so I was shocked by that decision to make it an all-out war early. So I was like, oh, maybe Franco just wants to finish this.
Yeah. Because like I said, man, like he called me one punch. You know how you get those one punches that it's like a flash hit, you know? It is not that it hurts you, but it's like a flash. Yeah, and that's when I clinched him. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, oh, hell no, you're not about. You know what I mean?
I couldn't let go. I couldn't let go.
But in the third round,
got longer arms than me.
Like, in the third round, I think it was the second or third round. I caught him with a hook. I caught him with an uppercut hit that sent him back, and he looked down like, "The fuck." You know what I'm saying? I was like,
yeah, I kind of got pissed. I got pissed.
Yeah, he was like, this nigga just really hit me like that. Well, hell no. That shit was
and the thing is, yeah, and the magician, like I've seen the previous fight that you had on the yard. And so I know you're pretty slick in your movement. I knew that you'll probably parry. I knew that you move side to side, probably pick them with some counters. And so I saw that coming in. It was just the pace that just caught me by surprise. I think the pace in it all, because normally the magician
like combinations.
Yes, like I just think that y'all just fought at a really fast pace. Normally I see the magician kind of taking his time, jabbing, setting things up, and I just didn't think that y'all were going to do this for 6 rounds. I think that's the thing that caught me by surprise.
I didn't think so either.
Well, here's the thing, though. You know, like me here in Indiana, I fought for the Indiana Golden Gloves, and like, you know, I got robbed. You know, I was actually boxing and whatnot here in 2017, and you know, I felt like to depression. You know, so like, you know, coming into this fight for me, it was personal for myself, because I'm like, you know what, if it's gonna go to the judges, I have to give them a reason for me to win. You know, like people think that, you know, you just go in there and, you know, you fight and win. Nah, like people don't know the sacrifices that you put in the gym, you know, the hours, getting your head bashed in just to get your hand raising, you know, like a lot of people don't understand that. And, you know, for me personally, getting this victory, it meant a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we certainly want to thank y'all for putting on the show, right? Giving the fans a award to celebrate, say, hey, man, this. And so I think it also gives people, you know, give them an idea of what to anticipate in the rematch. And so I just want to thank y'all for coming on the show. Best of luck in your preparation, whether it's a rematch or another fight on BLK Prime or just in the Streetbeefs yard. And so thanks, gentlemen, for coming on.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely, man. And best
shout
of
out to
luck.
Hardy Fight. Shout out to Streetbeefs. Shout out to BLK Prime.
Shout out to everybody, man, that
Magician,
supports
what's up,
us.
bro? You know what I mean? Shout outs to you too, bro. You know what I mean? So
yeah, shout out to everybody that supports us, man. Everybody, no matter who it is.
definitely.
Word. Thanks, gentlemen.
Yeah.
All right.
There you have it. Right. You have Franco and the Magician giving their recap and their reflections of the fight. Right. What they experienced going to BLK Prime, which is a little different from just going to the yard. And so it looks like they got the red carpet treatment. And so if you're looking for a fight and you want to have that kind of experience, definitely sign up to the BLK Prime signups when they come to the Facebook group. And if you don't know where to find the Facebook group, make sure you look up Streetbeefs or Streetbeefs West Coast or Scrapyard, wherever your location is. Sign up to the Facebook, and you will see that they're constantly trying to get people to sign up for these fights. And so, if you want to be a lucky contestant, you want to have that atmosphere, you want those bright lights, as Sunshine was saying, definitely sign up. All right, with that, let's bring on Reckless Rico. Okay, I think Reckless, are you there? Take a short break. And so, for those who don't know, right? So I'll keep talking until Reckless comes back. So, for those who don't know, Reckless Rico went on this really long undefeated streak. I think it was like 7 wins in a row or 8 wins in a row, and yes, Sunshine, exactly. And so he went on this really long streak, and he was just demolishing his opponents. Right? No shade to his opponents, but it seemed like whoever got in the ring with him didn't stand a chance. And so he was winning in very devastating fashion. And as a result, right, he got the look. He got the look from Anthony Pettis, and Anthony Pettis and his team signed him. And so you'll see when he comes on here, I think he has a Rufus Sport shirt. And so, so when he comes on here, we'll love to hear how his training has gone with him and Anthony Pettis and Duke Rufus, and also with all the other fighters on the team. And so we'll get a little bit, learn a little bit about what's going on with him, but also why did he decide to come back? I think most folks would have thought, okay, yeah, Reckless Rico's gone. He signed pro. We probably would never see him here in the Streetbeefs fight, but that isn't the case. He came back to fight now scheduled to fight Oni. And Oni's a fighter from Streetbeefs West Coast. If you're not familiar with him, you definitely got to go watch his fights. He is relentless. He's a Muay Thai fighter. He probably has one of the most devastating kicks in the game, or in Streetbeefs game, or in Streetbeefs yards. Definitely check out his fights. He's fought a number of fighters. I think he's only lost one time, but for the most part, he is one of the dominant. I think the lightweights in Streetbeefs West Coast. And here's the thing: before Reckless Rico went pro, Reckless Rico was making plans to fight in the West Coast yard, and the chances are that he was going to fight only were really high. And so they were probably going to fight anyways before he went pro. So it's interesting how we come back around, and now we have Reckless Rico fighting Oni at BLK Prime in a boxing match. And so, I would imagine it's going to be a little bit different because we all know that Reckless Rico has devastating chokes, right? Most of his opponents he has choked out. We know Oni is a Thai fighter, and so his leg kicks, his knees, I don't think he did much elbows, but we know that those are really prominent figures and elements of the game. And so it's going to be interesting seeing that those things are now removed, and now seeing those two just kind of going, using their hands and using a ring, right? If we all know that when you fight in a ring, you're fighting in a cage is a completely different thing. And so I'm not sure if he's coming back anytime soon, but if not, we can move on to the next guest, and then we can bring Reckless Rico back. All right, let's do that. That's what we'll do. So For those who don't know, in the upcoming BLK Prime event, there are 2 fighters who are going to be squaring off. And I think it came as a surprise for many folks. But if you're in a Facebook group or you're in the Streetbeefs community, you know that these 2 have been going back and forth just a little bit, but you didn't really think this was going to happen because they were in 2 different divisions, right? You had the Canadian, who was a light heavyweight champion, and then you have Gorilla, who is the heavyweight champion. So you never thought those 2 would ever square off, but it seems like with BLK Prime, that they will be able to bend those rules and square off. And so let's actually bring those 2 together and talk about why they decided to take on this fight. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Whoa.
How you doing?
Good. Look at the Canadian. Looking smooth, man.
Hey, it's cold out here.
And he came on there with a turtleneck on. It's hot, boy. Hot for a turtle.
Nah, it's cold out here in Seattle, man. Cold.
Not in the car. I had to go back up there and get my shit.
Oh, it's an album to record. We got Maxwell in this piece. Maxwell.
Lazy, I left it on the subway thing.
All right. So, Izzy, man, the Canadian. It's clear that there's a weight disparity between you 2. And so, did you consider that before taking the fight?
Yeah.
And so, what went through your mind then?
I didn't really care. You know, I thought to myself that dang, he's 230, so that would mean I would have to come up. I had to come up a few pounds. Like, I was just thinking of how many pounds I got to come up and if it's feasible, you know, because if it was like 20 pounds I got to come up with, I was thinking like, I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I can't pack on 20 pounds like that. But they said he was coming down, so I said, "Oh, well then it's fair game. It's fair game." I think nothing else after that.
Okay. And then, what are your thoughts, Gorilla, of fighting the Canadian? Did you want a heavyweight, or were you looking to fight the Canadian?
I didn't care who it was. You know, I don't duck no right. Fight anybody. You gotta understand. I go to neutral corner. I fight everybody. Job Joker, Leonidas, all these top street beef fighters, you know what I mean? And most of them is smaller, way smaller than me, about his size or smaller, 150, 170. You got your 200 pounds, you got the 240s, you know what I mean? So it's like, my thing is, like he said, it's hard for him to come up. Like, once I got to be 225, it's like real hard for me to get down, but I can drop a couple pounds, you know what I mean? About try to get in there around 217, 218. But that's dangerous. You get what I'm saying? That's dangerous if I get that, like, you know what I mean? Because then I'm going to be extra fast. Me as a big guy, you know what I mean? I'm already a quick person for my size. You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, I ain't thought he was out. Like, you see who I call out. It don't matter. Like I said, anybody can lose. It don't matter about the waist size. It don't matter how much you got over a person, how much a person. Because let's put it in perspective. Who do y'all ever know me to fight besides super heavyweights? I'm a heavyweight, but I fight people who 50, 60 pounds bigger than me all the time. If I'm not mistaken, probably 16 of my fights is super heavyweights. So it's just about scale, who ready to come in at the time. Like I always tell people, oh, Gorilla gonna sleep him. Gorilla, listen, you don't know until it happens. You don't know who gonna win. I don't doubt nobody. I'm gonna fight him like he, like, you know what I mean? Like he just like super nice. You get what I'm saying? Whereas though this man just my size. So I don't slack on nobody. I don't care what size you is. I lost to B Rose before. He's way smaller than me. So it's not about the size. It's just about who won it more at the time. You get what I'm saying? Who won it more?
Yeah.
So I think it's a good fight because, like I said, I always told y'all he was my top 5 light heavyweight. I mean, period. So, and he can fight. So it's gonna be a good fight. You know what I mean? Just don't be watching too many videos. That's all. You know what I mean? Because they don't work.
So the Canadian, it looks like you are the underdog. I think most people probably have Gorilla winning this fight. And so, what are your thoughts to that?
I like it. After I lost to 619, expectations really dropped for me. So I felt it. I felt like, wow, I'm back to feeling like how I felt when I first fought. You know, uh, when I was like 0-0, when I was like just going out to that Street Beefs mixer, I was thinking like, okay, I'm 0-0 and I don't know who I'm going to go against. It's probably going to be somebody that already know how to fight. They probably gonna put me against a 2-0 fighter. So I'm going there with like just the mindset of like I'm already the underdog. So this helps me train harder, better. This makes me just take it way more. It's way more serious, when there's like a strong possibility to lose, because I first thing I think of is he gonna have 20 or 30 pounds on. So I'm already thinking there's somebody that can match me for like punching power. So now that that's out the way, it's back to who's quicker and who's more technical. And I don't really get known for that as much. People don't think I have a jab. People think I'm kind of sloppy with my boxing. But this kind of situation brings me to that. This kind of situation makes me go back to my technicality, my getting in faster shape, better cardio. Like I started in Street Beefs boxing. I didn't come out just swinging I didn't come out like Tyson. I started boxing. So this is a great chance to remind people. I'm still the Canadian. I'm still here, and I can definitely get my belt back at any given time. At any given time. Soon as Andy shows up. It's just to remind people who I am. I'm trying to go on the Wall of Fame. I want to. When I'm done not done with Street Beefs because I love this community, I love the organization. But when I start fighting, y'all are gonna hang my jersey in the Raptors. For real, in the Raptors.
Hey,
I'm going on the Wall of Fame. So I'm finna do Wall of Fame.
Why niggas on here saying, "Can you ask The Weeknd to do a live show?" You do look like The Weeknd right now, though, yo. I ain't gonna lie. Canadian look like The Weeknd, man. I ain't gonna lie, though, yo. I keep 100 though. Like
that's Isaac.
See,
that's Free Smoke.
It's different. See, it's different, yo. Far as like when you looking at somebody and then when you actually fighting that person. You know what I'm saying? Like it's real different. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people look at me like, dang, but then when they fight, they be like, God, like I don't know, Gorilla was like that quick. Cause I'm actually fast. Like I really can keep up with light heavyweights. I really can keep up with middleweights. I really can keep up with feathers. You know what I mean? I can keep up with them. I'm a fast person, bro. I'm fast. I do a lot of workout, a lot of cardio workout. As far as like everybody know I'm the man when it comes to insanity and working the legs and all that. Man, my wife, we do whole workouts, whole live workouts. Cause anybody can get on there and give you a 30-second clip and then just like, I just gave him a 30-second clip. I'm gonna go ahead and dip off. You feel me? I ain't even gonna do the rest of the workout. I mean, we let y'all know, you know what I mean, that we do the whole thing. You know what I mean? It's no slacking. You know what I mean? So, and I just fought yesterday, as y'all know. I just fought yesterday.
But you know about me though. You know about me. You saw me when I first was in the Street Beefs group, and I just started. People just started knowing me from my training.
Look, I'm gonna tell you this, yo. It's real shit, though. I'm gonna tell you this. it's like when you start winning and winning and winning and winning, and no losses under your belt and all that, and you got the belt and all this and all that, it's like you forget. You get what I'm saying? You forget. It's like you it's not saying you slacking. It's like saying you forget, like, oh, all right, well, this, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like this what Wisconsin told me. My man Beast, shout out to Beast. You feel me? He give me nice tips on stuff. And
He's a
when he
great
see
fighter.
me fight and all that, good fighter, good,
I like
excellent
him.
fighter. And he told me, he was like, hey, yo, it's like when you start getting like up there, it's like you forget, you know what I mean? You start slowing down. Like you don't want it anymore. You get what I'm saying? Because you already got that, you comfortable. You feel me? He said basically treat every fight like it's, you know what I mean? Like you ain't got nothing, basically. You know what I mean?
Nah,
So
I've
it's
never
like
been.
me, I don't worry about the L aspect and win in the win or lose. I don't worry about that. That's why I win a lot of fights, because in my mind I'm just thinking, oh, I'm going to win. But if it comes down to me taking the L, then I'm going to take that win too, because both of them a win. You know what I mean? To me, I just get better. I just get better with every loss. I lost the cornflake. I got better and better. I lost the B rolls. Oh, I went just out of there. You know what I mean? Fighting 2-3 times a day, shit like that. So it's like I'm a Wall of Famer, and I'm on the wall twice actually, because of I had the most wins in 2019, my first year coming in.
That's true.
So
You had 8 wins, right? That was 8.
Yeah, 8 wins straight. Yeah.
8
So I'm thinking like, I just want to fight. That's all. You know what I mean? I did everything I wanted to do before it was the belts and all that. I did everything I wanted to do. Now all I want to do is fight. You know what I mean? Have fun. Take wins, take L's. But I'm going to come and show out. Like yesterday. You feel me? Dude played. He got his ass beat. I don't play games. Dudes don't even laugh.
Did the video drop?
Huh?
Did the video drop?
Ain't dropped yet. You gonna see it though when you see it though. You know what I mean? You gonna see it. It's coming.
Yeah,
it's coming. And look, when it comes, we know you're gonna be over there shadow boxing, thinking you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, and I just was with my man, Venom Black over the last week. I was out there with Venom Black and Spawn with Venom Black. Oh my God, man. And look, shout out to Venom Black, yo. That man a fucking beast, man. He a beast, yo. He a beast, yo. I gotta give him his props. I gotta give props with props, dude. He a beast. And we went 5, I think it was 6. We went 6 8-minute rounds, yo, at the beach, yo. And man, that man cardio is ridiculous, man. You feel me? That man cardio is ridiculous, man. Like real talk, and he poised. So I'm waiting. I'm ready. I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this. You feel me? You know how when you get in the ring and you be like getting them jitters and all that. That been gone for me. I'm ready for the work. Ready for the work.
All right, so let's talk about this work. How does this all play out in the end? So y'all show up to the BLK Prime event. Now you're standing across each other. They say your names. Ding, ding, the bell rings. How does this all play out?
I try to kill him. I try to take his head off.
He tried to take my head off. He catch the McRib. He slows down. See, the thing is, there's a difference between light heavyweight power and heavyweight power. You feel me? It's a big difference, especially when you're a heavyweight that can move like his weight size. Big difference, bro. And a lot of people don't know. You feel me? A lot of people don't see. One thing about Nick, a lot of people, they head hunters. You feel me? That's all they want to do is take your head off. You feel me? But I'm a smart. Look, I'm a smart fighter. I'll let you work out. You know what I mean? Do all your, you know what I mean? And then after that, pop, 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 pop. Ooh. You feel me? Ooh. You know what I mean? Like the dude I fought yesterday supposed to have some pro fights. I made it look differently. He supposed to have had about 10 pro fights or something. I made it look differently. You know what I mean? Because of pop, pop, pop. You feel me? You can, and I let him work out too. See, the thing is, it's something different in our water. In Baltimore, it's something different in our water. You know what I'm saying? You never seen Gorilla hurt in the match. I don't care if I was dead tired. You never see me hurt because I can't. It's nothing I can really say for real. Only thing I can say is that I know he gonna come to work, and I know I'm gonna come to work. We're gonna try to make it. No matter who win, who lose, we're gonna try to make this something to remember for everybody else. You get what I'm saying? I know he gonna come to play, and I know I'm gonna come to work. And yeah, you know what I mean. That's my man. We talk
with all manner of fucking you up activity, you know.
Yeah, man. I mean, he a beast. But I know where to get him at. I know where to get him at, and that's the crazy part because
that's good.
I got all the credentials that the person he lost to. I got all them same credentials with more power. And anybody who ever seen me fight, everybody who seen me fight know I'm good in the inside. They know I'm good with the clinching. I'm not that tall, so it's not like I got that much height over him for him. Huh?
Ain't we the same height?
How tall you is?
I'm 5'7".
No, I'm taller than you. I'm taller than you by 2 inches, almost 3 inches.
Oh,
I'm 5'9" and a half.
Oh,
I'm almost 5'10".
I'm gonna just take your body.
That's gonna be ugly.
You've never been the tall man before.
Huh?
That's wild. This is gonna be the first fight. You're the tall guy.
No, see, the crazy thing is I fought a dude yesterday. He was your height.
My height. Oh, damn. Oh,
he was your height, but I worked his body like he was 6'5", though.
Mm.
Yo, listen, yo, they don't call me Mr. McRed for nothing, yo. My coach was on here. Listen, if my coach was on here right now, he'll tell you he gotta wear two body pads, yo, when I'm hitting the body on workout. 2. You know what I mean? Because it hurts bad, bro. That's your line. Yo, listen, yo. It's gonna be a good fight though, yo. But
it's gonna be a good fight.
We on here right now,
I've been getting lit.
I've been seeing you. Listen, I've been seeing you. Yeah. I've been seeing you, man. I ain't gonna lie, I've been seeing you, man. You feel me? But the difference, I don't watch nobody tape, bro. You know why? Because you can switch that up. So I can't watch it. But I know you. You get what I'm saying? I can't watch it, but I know you. I know you. You're a southpaw fighter. And if you ain't know, I fought southpaw and went 6-0 straight southpaw before I started playing orthodox. So I'm good at switching off back and forth. So that's why a lot of people who don't fight southpaw fighters, hard to learn them, but I'm good at learning them, and I got cat-like reflexes. So it's like once you get that gorilla get to coming out, is that King Kong get to coming out, is like a whole different person. It's scary, yo. So when we get up in there and we tap them gloves, man, after we done, whoever win, whoever lose, we still gonna blow something. You know what I mean? Go up in the cut. You know what I mean? You know how we do. But it's gonna be a good fight, man. I'm ready. You ready?
I'm ready. I've been ready.
All right, man. I don't want to see no.
We can do this.
I want to see no 6. I don't want to see no. Oh, I ain't eat all day. I don't want. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear none of that. Cause look, listen. I ain't eat when you fought. When I fought yesterday. I ain't eat at all. I came in there with a stiff neck all messed up and all. You know, I'm old, yo. You gotta think about I'm old, yo. I'm an old man, yo. So it's like I wake up with injuries. You feel me? So
So you okay.
I came in there, man, with no food in my body, man. 93 degree, dust all in your face, cookouts all at the same time, breathing in all that. And I ain't make it to 3 rounds, of course not. You know what I mean? You know. Dude said on the side, felt the McRibs. He felt that McRib sandwich with the extra fries on the side. He's like, no, I'm done with that, man. I'm going to eat this and I'm going to cool out.
All right. So, gentlemen. So, what is the final outcome? To tell your fans, those who are watching.
I'm winning. Gorilla wins. Gorilla, it don't matter. It don't matter. Look. It don't matter if it's by decision, split decision. Gorilla wins. I don't lose like that, bro. I'm not losing this fight. You get what I'm saying? And that's real talk, because I gotta win. You get what I'm saying? As
Yeah.
hungry as he is as hungry as I am. It feel like I'm coming in there for his belt. Every fight I feel like that. I'm coming there and I'm coming in there and he's gonna see that all that shit they talk about gorilla over there is true. I'm winning this. This is me. I'm taking this. He little too. He little my first what? Little. Been waiting for this all my career, my whole fight career. I'm 22-2 right now. You're the only person, yo, besides the dude yesterday I fought, yo, and B Rose, that we all are basically the same size, bro. It's lovely, man. I just want to put the, you know what I mean? I just can't wait, man. I can't wait, man. And I'm ready. You feel me? I'm working. You know what I mean? I'm relaxed. It's different.
Right.
It's never the same, yo. It's never the same.
The Canadian, this is how I know he was hungry, right? He's hungry for this fight. He's ready to take what you want because
Ready,
he came in with
man.
food, right? He came in
Ready, man.
already
Look.
snacking.
Yeah, I came in there with some Subway. That's all. Some Subway.
All right, the Canadian, last word, man. What can people expect?
Canadian win.
This gonna be horrible. This is gonna be horrible. This is gonna be thick to watch. Y'all gonna see a murder on TV. Y'all gonna see me kill this man with
Knockout.
bare hands.
Knockout.
It might be. I'm gonna let it. I'm not gonna hunt for it. It's gonna come to me. I'm not gonna search for that though. I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna box you, and I'm gonna outbox you. But it's gonna the viciousness, the pressure, just the tenacity. It's gonna be just like it's gonna be overwhelming. It's gonna overwhelm you. It's gonna psych you out. I'm gonna take your body. I'm gonna take your spirit, man. I'm gonna take your heart. I'm gonna snatch it like out of you. I'm gonna snatch it out of you.
Damn. That sounds like one of them poetries you wrote the other day, yo. Gonna take my heart, body.
We're gonna blow one after that, though. We're gonna blow one after that.
No. You can take the body, but the heart, though. The heart, look, the heart, yo. It's hard to take the heart, yo. It's hard to take the heart, yo.
I know that this is happening on June 25th. So make
June
sure.
25th, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. June 25th. We get litty, man. Hey, yo, after the fight, you gotta give me we gotta spar and talk about some shit.
Yeah, hell yeah, you already know.
Because you know I'm whooping 619 ass. What one way or the other. Listen. After this fight, it don't matter what the outcome is. After this fight, 619 getting this ass whooped at. I'm calling them out. Fuck 619. Stop running from my rematch. The people of Streetbeefs community and everybody want a rematch, an immediate rematch. I last you all 5 rounds. I will whoop your ass. Don't run the Venom Black.
I ain't gonna lie, yo.
Keep sitting down. 619. I'm on your ass. I'm getting the
I ain't gonna lie, man. That was a good fight, though. I watched that fight, yo. I watched y'all fight. Yeah, it was a good fight, yo. It just that you gotta understand, yo. It's a difference, yo. That weight size, though.
No, it wasn't.
I'm saying a person who know how to fight. I'm saying a person who know how to fight that know how to use the weight.
You might not have heard it, but if you go back and watch that fight, every time I hit him with them body shots, it was.
You know why? Because you gotta get it work. You gotta get that body worked on. That's just like me in my gym. We hit each other with body shots at the end. Everybody in our gym gotta work out on your body. Everybody take turns.
You see me on video. You seen me smashing a 20-pound ball right in my chest. It's full.
That's not heavy enough.
All right, gentlemen. I feel like y'all can go on for the next hour, right? So I certainly appreciate y'all for coming on.
I got fun.
We look forward to your fight.
And
thanks for coming on, y'all.
Thank you.
All right, man.
It was great.
All right.
All right. There you have it. So if you are excited as I am about that fight, please make sure on June 25th you purchase the pay-per-view so that you can watch that fight. And they have tons of other fights. And one of those fights, Reckless Rico, is going to be on there. So let's actually bring on Reckless Rico. I know we brought him on earlier. Let's bring him on now. He's ready. Reckless Rico, my man, how you doing? So why take the fight? We know that you have moved on. You signed to, Anthony Pettis. I see that you were doing some kickboxing tournaments, and so who knew that you'll be coming back, not to the Street Beefs yard, but certainly fighting some Street Beefs fighters. And so why take the fight?
Yeah, me, well, when it comes to fighting, no matter what sport it is, whether it be like jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, boxing, I'm just always down to just stay active and just compete, you know what I mean? And when I seen the opportunity arise to be on BLK Prime, I was just like, man, let's go. And, no matter who the opponent is, where it's going to be, I'm ready. And the opportunity came about and I took it.
And I'm curious, do you feel that, one of your greatest strengths as a fighter is your ground game? And so you're going to completely remove that. And so do you fear that potentially might leave you exposed? And especially you're fighting a Muay Thai fighter whose his game is actually in the hands and the feet. And so I'm just curious, don't you feel like you compromise yourself a little bit by removing your greatest asset as a fighter?
Not really, because when you're a true mixed martial artist, you prepare to be equally as well rounded everywhere. So I wouldn't have took this boxing match if I didn't believe my hands were good enough to beat him in this challenger boxing. So I'm very confident in this matchup. Despite it being boxing and I can't take him down and things like that. So I think I'm gonna shock a couple of people.
And so let me ask you this: what are some strengths that only brings into this fight game that makes you just think about as you prepare for your own fight?
One of his biggest strengths is his heart, and his second one is his cardio. His heart and cardio is unmatched. I watched his fight a couple of months back. I think this is his only boxing match against Diesel, and his biggest thing was Diesel was cracking him. He actually got knocked down, and only he got back up was in the fight. He outworked him, out endured him. His cardio held up, and then he was able to finish him in that second round, I believe.
And are you being trained at Rufus Sport for this fight, in this particular fight?
Yes, sir. Yep. So I've been in camp since about probably like 2 weeks ago. So I just been training, getting in shape, working, on my boxing, fine tuning some things, just getting ready for him specifically. I'm just ready for war, man. That's it.
All right. And so, what do you think the outcome would be? So when you look at the fight, if you were to just say, hey, here is my prediction, whether it's a knockout or whether it's just going the full distance, what can people expect?
I believe people can expect it to be it could be a good fight, maybe a little bit back and forth about it. But my prediction, especially if I wasn't one to watch it or judge it, just looking at, the stances, the body types, the resume of both the fighters, I would say I would win that fight probably later in the fourth, fifth round, probably back in, KO, TKO.
Okay. And I know that you've been doing some kickboxing tournaments as well.
Yeah.
So if you've been following Reckless Rico on the social media, you see that he's been doing a lot of kickboxing tournaments. And so do you think training for kickboxing and also being in the ring for kickboxing will prepare you for this boxing match?
Oh yeah, most definitely, because beforehand my stand up was always kind of like hidden. It was kind of so. But doing the kickboxing tournaments and then training at Rufus Ford is primarily known for his striking has definitely helped prepare me a lot in that. And also it has gave me that boost in my confidence. So now I'm just prepared.
Yeah. And so would you be training with, I know Me and I'm Warrior is going to be on this card as well, right?
Yes, sir.
So are y'all going to be training together?
Yes, sir. Yep. Got a dynamic duo, back in business. So let's go.
Yeah. And so what is it like for those who are kind of looking from the outside? What is it like to train at Rufus Sport?
Yeah, so what it's like a trainer, you got a bunch of world-class guys. You got Anthony Pettis, you got Sergio Pettis, who just won a world title at Bellator. And you got every other guy in the room who's either, like, top 5, top 10 in the world, and whatever it's on, like, PFL, Bellator, UFC. So, like, we constantly get in there work with those guys, and we constantly of being forced to, kind of like grow with them in a way. Even though
Hmm.
we get beat up and stuff from time to time, is we always learn and we always growing from it, and that just helps us along the way and build up our careers. That way, it can help us become better fighters.
Yeah. Is there any professional bouts on the way for you outside of
So
the BLK isn't necessarily like a sanctioned bout
yeah.
or a professional bout, and so is there anything that you have lined up for this year or the following year?
So I do plan on making my pro debut this year. So right now it's looking like October 2nd in Milwaukee on a Showtime card, as of currently. But however, if I get a match or a pro debut before then, I'm not opposed to that either. But as of right now, it's looking like October 2nd for this year.
And what is it like? Have you picked up any kind of tools or skill sets from Sergio or Anthony that they've showed you, like, hey, man, maybe if you can refine this or refine that?
Yeah, so like the biggest thing with Sergio is a phenomenal counter striker. And beforehand, I would just kind of like wait for slip. But with Sergio, I mean, you can't do that. The guy cuts angles. He's cracking it. He's cracking. He moving forward. He's cracking when he's moved forward. He cracking when he moved backwards. So that was a big thing to work on for me and my counters, and just really my footwork was like the biggest thing. Anthony kept talking to me about what it was like. I'm chaining my takedowns or my boxing to my kickboxing back to my jiu-jitsu. The biggest thing is changing in your footwork. So that's something I picked up a lot from those two guys.
Awesome, man. And have you been paying attention to the rest of the card that's going to be at BLK Prime?
Yeah, so for this card is stacked, what I'm saying? I got myself, Minam, Canadian, Gorilla. I mean, you got a who's who list of all like the OGs, the legends. So I'm super excited more to watch them fight than myself fighting.
You have any predictions? Well, I think I
Uh,
already know what you're gonna say about yourself and probably Midnight Warrior, but what about the other fights?
You know, for the other fights, man, I mean, it's really hard, what I mean, especially with Canadian Gorilla. I mean, I watched both those guys, way before I got into Streetbeefs, and I met Canadian when I went over there to the West Coast, and both guys are phenomenal fighters. Um, Excellent movement. Despite them being bigger guys, they got cardio. That's what a lot of people don't expect. I know that a lot of times when you see heavyweight guys, you think, okay, one round is done, whatever. They're gonna get tired, but those guys, they go in the second, third round. They still got gas and they still throwing bombs. So fights like those, I really don't have a prediction. I just automatically assume it's gonna be like fight of the year candidate.
Yeah, certainly. I certainly agree with you on that. Was awesome, man. Anything else? What any way that people can support your journey, your pro journey? Yeah. So where can they go? All your supporters.
Yeah, if you guys want to follow me on YouTube and Instagram, it's the same thing as always. Is Champ Reckless Rico. I'm always posting something or some type of video or some type of announcement. What's going on with my training and life, or if I got a fight, announcement coming up. I'm pretty good about updating social media. So be sure to follow me on Instagram and Instagram and YouTube at Champ Reckless Rico.
Okay. And then last question for you. I know that you were there for Midnight Warrior's kind of professional debut. What was that like for you?
Man, so being there for his professional debut, I was super nervous. Not like him fighting and stuff like that. It felt like I was in the UFC. Like we get there, and I get there in the hotel. The day of, because he went a few days before to Iowa, and I still had to work and stuff because I work at the gym. So I got there Friday. Iowa was like a 5 hour drive from Milwaukee. I get there, what I'm saying, we check in. It's a few hours, so we just kind of chilling in the hotel, doing our thing, talking, messing around, and then it comes fight time. You know what I mean? So we get down there, get to the locker room, get the gloves, change, meeting around, and then maybe 2 hours before he has to fight, what I'm saying, we're warming up in the back. I looked around, looking at the arena, like it was crazy. Like it was like at like a half capacity. Like it was so many people there. Like the production was so well ran, and then the Fox people, that because it was on Fox Sports the news, that was super crazy just to be a part of that, and then meet the XFC president. I'm just like, man, this is surreal. Like this is what we had to expect for like the rest of our careers at this high level. You know what I'm saying? And then watching him fight, it was such an eye opener for me because I'm just like, man, it's kind of like we both got to live our dreams. Like two guys that
Mm,
literally come from nothing, trying to make something on themselves. You know what I mean? Especially from being from the street beast community, we already have that stigma of, oh, they're just street fighters. They don't know what they're doing at that pro level. But you saw that, what I'm saying. Even though might not have to win our way. You saw that we can, that we can compete at that high level. Can go against anybody, and I'm just super excited for the journey for the rest of our lives, no matter what we choose to do from here on out.
Word. I think we're all excited for y'all, man. I think we're all rooting for y'all because we know that your success is our success. We're doing this together, and so we appreciate you coming on the show, and we look forward to bigger and better things for you and me and Warrior. And just make sure you keep reaching back to the community and bringing us up.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys so much. You know what I mean? Thank you guys to Hard in the Fight, Street Beefs, all the support and all the love we got in just a short time. I think it's been like a year anniversary since I, joined Street Beefs, and maybe a few months since I, met a bit with you guys. But it's been a journey. Like, a lot of people don't understand. Like, I know you guys see the fights and stuff like that, but nobody really sees behind the scenes, like all the training we go through, the losses, the sacrifices, and without people supporting us back home, across the world or whatever, it really, truly means a lot, because that's what keeps us motivated and keeps us wanting to push forward and keep coming back. So, and now, we're on this journey, we're on this grind and trying to make the most of it.
Word. All right. Thank you, brother. We appreciate the time, and we look forward to reconnecting with you during your fight.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all.
All right, brother. With that, y'all, all right, make sure y'all tune in, because not only are you getting Gorilla on the card, the Canadian on the card, but you're getting Warrior on the card and Reckless Rico on the card, man. The card is just stacked. So make sure June 25th, you buy the pay-per-view and show them a whole lot of love. All right, whether that's on social media, make sure you follow the Instagram, follow the YouTube channels, and so that we can make sure that they get to the final destination, right? Help them, assist them along their journey. So with that, we will bring up Venom Black.
What's
Venom
up,
Black.
man?
Gorilla, what's going on with y'all?
What's up? What's up? Can y'all hear me clear?
Yep, we can hear you clear.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Got some new hardware. You see the bling on the side?
And so I know folks are probably wondering, why is Venom Black on the show? Did he just have a fight? Does he have a BLK Prime event that's coming up? Enlighten the folks. Why are you on the show? What's going on? Especially you and Gorilla. What's going on?
All right. Well, one of the things is me and Gorilla and Harder to Fight decided that we're going to pair up and create a show for you guys called Most Disputed. What we're doing is going over some of the topics and highlights in Streetbeefs videos, like literally taking the videos and debating them and breaking them down for you guys. And you can see exactly I'm not going to say expert opinion, but our opinion on what we would have done in that situation, or what that situation, curtails to, or what it's like to even be in that situation. Since we both have, numerous fights in the yard, and both of us are current champs. Hopefully, the Street Beef community takes to it, that it's a lot tougher than it looks. So the show is going to be called Most Disputed. And that's because I know I've been disputed on whether I'm the best or the worst, and I've been put in the category. And I know Gorilla's been disputed on whether he deserves to even be on the list, and, even as a champion. So I think this show will be really exciting for y'all, so y'all can see a little bit, of us, as we are pertaining to Street Beefs in the current moment.
Word. And so as you heard it, folks, there is a new show on Hard in the Fight, and it's called Most Undisputed, featuring Venom Black and Gorilla. And so if you've seen them on the show before, you know that they're highly entertaining, but also very brutally honest.
Yeah, we are.
Right, with the critiques. And so we wanted And so we wanted to partner with them to create a show where they can give them an outlet where they can give us that wisdom, give us that input, but also engage with the Street Beefs community. So with that, we're going to do a quick little preview of what this can look like. And so I'm going to exit myself out, but I'm going to ask 2 questions before we get there, right? And so one of the first questions is, I know there's a major fight today with Mayweather versus Logan Paul. And so let me ask you two, does that help boxing? Does that help promote and enhance the profile of boxing? Or do you think that hurts boxing?
I think it helped it. I think like I said, I think it. I mean, it can help it. Why not? Because I feel as though that there's a lot of fighters that don't have to go through the amateur aspect just to become a great boxer. You know what I'm saying? That's just like saying us for example, we YouTube fighters. You know what I mean? We YouTube fighters, and it can get you far. But why do you gotta be? Why just because this man don't have like amateur records, he gotta be playing? You know what I mean? In a fight game, it's a playful thing to him. No, that don't mean he playing. It's just that some people just ain't go through the whole aspect. Some people get just grow from where they at. Some people just come from the G League and basketball and get there. You don't always gotta get there. You feel me? Through the way somebody else got there. I think it's actually a good fight, and it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be a good fight, and I think it's good for boxing because it just lets you know that you don't have to. You know what I mean? You could be whoever you want to be, and you don't have to. You feel me? As long as you put your mindset, you see it got them out there. And all that. You put your mindset to it, become whatever you want to become.
Oh, it's on me. My bad.
Yeah.
Hey, look. Just to really piggyback off of what you said, man. Like for real though, Gorilla. I believe right now it's like. I don't see how it can be negative. You know what I mean? Like even if it's bad publicity, it's still good publicity, right?
Right.
So when it comes to this, and this is the money total, the money amount is drawing people in. Matter of fact, it's getting so big that the UFC fighters want to become boxers now.
Right.
So as you take that in consideration, you're like, okay, well, if this is a joke, it's a good ass joke. You know what I'm saying? Like this is one of those things. Like you can say what you want, but when you're looking at a gladiator sport like boxing, any entertainment in it is still entertainment, regardless of who it is.
Sure.
You understand what I'm saying? Because like yesterday, I saw a knockout by Showtime and Lights Out. That it's like it don't matter who would have, those names would have been.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It could have been, Boo Boo the Fool and Marshmallow Man. You know what I'm saying? If he throws that 2-piece like that and they fall, it's still gonna be like, yo, Marshmallow Man just got dropped. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just say because his name is Marshmallow Man, he's a joke, or you take it as that. You know what I'm saying? So I think boxing, is here. It's staying. I've always liked boxing. I've always been into it. I've always studied it. I've always been a part of it. So everybody who don't even like boxing, damn near talking about this fight.
Right. And I was thinking that one thing is that everything evolves. You feel me? Everything got to evolve. It evolves. Insects, everything evolves. So it's just evolving. Maybe it's evolving, it's changing. You feel me? It's just, it's just evolving and stuff. So it could be that too. You feel me? Basketball evolving. It used to be gritty in basketball. People used to get hurt. Jordan and all. Oh, how Jordan to dunk on this or this person? It's evolving, yo. So it's like everything is different. So
now you can just touch them though, and now it's a foul, it's a flagrant. You bounce the basketball or you get a tech.
Yeah.
So, I understand. I completely do, and that's just what this is doing for boxing.
Yeah.
All right. So let me ask you another question. Let me ask y'all another question about we know that Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather fight today, but it was just recently announced that his brother, Jake Paul, will be fighting Tyron Woodley.
Yeah.
All right. And so what are your thoughts on that?
Man, I think this is going to be one that it's going to be made for the books. I think they're going to make a lot of clout on that. And on top of that, it's like, well, if we are going to be doing these type of fights, you know what I mean? Like these are just basically two people that are agreeing to fight. You understand what I'm saying? Now, it don't matter, once again, who the two people are. It don't matter. But at the same time, it do. You understand what I'm saying? Because you compare two people, say there's going to be a fight, and that don't mean it's going to be a good fight. It don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? But when you got this, the reason that this fight is becoming so powerful is because you got Logan Paul fighting Floyd Mayweather.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? And the pre-fight of Tyron Woodley and Jake Paul. You understand? When they first met, they was kind of not vibing and was like, yo, set it up, basically. And now it's coming to fruition. So now you got the connection of all these people, as in Jake Paul is connected to Logan Paul, but now Tyron Woodley is connected to Floyd Mayweather, because Floyd Mayweather agreed that he's gonna train him.
Yeah, he did too. He did, and that's the crazy thing about that, yo, is that I mean I already knew them two was gonna fight from when he fought what's the white dude name he fought Jake fought and beat knocked out. Yeah, when he beat him, you know they friends, you know what I mean? You know, Woodley and him is friends, and they got into it in like the locker rooms and all that. When they was talking about he was talking about how many champions and all that. But you got to also understand, like it's levels. It's still levels to the game. Whereas though just because you spanked his homeboy who don't have no striking and was known for wrestling, don't mean you're gonna spank this man. This man more known for his striking than his takedowns and all that. So I think it's a more even matchup between them two than him and Ben. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, but yeah, definitely.
But why fight UFC fighters when you got boxers calling you out, like Tommy Fury? You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you picking and choosing.
It's way too dangerous. It's dangerous for your career and it's dangerous for his health. You know that.
Yeah.
You know. You get what I'm saying? Like you being an actual fighter, you know when the situation is gonna turn. You know what I'm saying? Like when you look at him, like, yeah, boy, this dude been boxing for like 20 years.
Yeah.
And you still ain't lost. You know what I'm saying? Like you get what I mean? Like, come on, like, come on now. You gotta put it together. Like Tyron Woodley might have got, you know what I'm saying, a little bit, you know, whatever in his career, but this right here, I don't know, Jake. I don't know. This is gonna be a tough one. This is gonna be a tough one because
it's gonna be a tough one.
Battle tested. You know what I'm saying? Like Tyron Woodley is literally battle tested.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's gonna definitely. I can't wait. I can't wait to watch your boy Mayweather spank something, because you know, like I said once before, it don't matter. That weight size stuff don't matter, yo. You know what I mean? It don't matter about the weight, man. You feel me? It don't matter about the weight, man. So this man's experience, so it's a lot of experience overcome a lot of things, man. So
right.
I just can't wait to see these fights, man.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be one for the books, I promise.
Yeah, yes, sir.
All right, so Venom Black, man. I know there's been a lot of talk with your fight with 619. So what's the update? I know I haven't seen any confirmation. What's the update? What's going on?
This the update from
Yeah.
You already know.
I don't think he gonna lose, man. He gonna lose.
The update is he going to sleep. Like I don't know why.
Oh my God, man.
He's under the impression that is gonna end well. Like I'm not taking it serious. You know what I'm saying? Like if you know anybody that know me, I take all these like life or death serious. You know, like you're not gonna say you know, or knock me out and take my soul and not have a fair response. You know what I'm saying? So that's the update is 619.
He gonna lose, y'all. I don't think he. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I think he a good fighter. I just don't think he got it to beat him. You know what I'm saying? Because, yo, listen, bro. Man, him was just sparring. We just sparred. You know what I mean? I just sparred with my man, Venom Black. The man. And see what people don't understand, yo, is that listen, yo, listen. What people don't understand about this man, yo, is that people look at him, oh, he ain't fighting a while, or he bluffing, or he ain't doing. Listen, yo, you can't go off of what you watch on YouTube, yo, until you in there yourself with the person, yo. You can't go off that. I can look at Mike Tyson and tell Mike Tyson missed that wide open thing. He wide open. I'm gonna knock him out. I can knock him out with the left hand. Or oh my God, anybody can do that, yo. But when you in there, it's not the same. This man is a beast. It's a different, yo. He ain't still. If I'm not mistaken, I thought he was 3-time. You was 3-time champ or 2 times? You 2 times? Well, you was 3. I know you had. I know you had. You only had 2 belts.
Yeah,
I thought it was 3.
But
yeah, but he a beast, and I'm gonna give credit with credit due. You get what I'm saying? The man a beast. He won't beat somebody like that. That nigga got a tough. He gotta eat 30 fireballs with Mexican quesadillas, and he ain't got it. No power. He ain't got no power. You gotta understand, this man can move. He ain't like you know how a Canadian can move, but he know how to move in distance. It's a difference. It's a difference. He know how to judge distance and not just swing all wild and shit. He know how to judge this shit. So I mean, it's cool that he ready to fight him, but I already know the outcome. I know the outcome. It seemed like another King fight to me. And King, y'all see what King did on BLK Prime? I don't think 619. I don't even think 619 even can beat that.
So now,
you know,
hold on. 619 just chimed in right now talking about he a GOAT. So
GOAT is here.
what is he on here right now? Bring this clown on if he's here. Bring Mr. Clown on. You here? Show up if you here. So obviously you listening to what we saying. You see it says most undisputed. This is why you can say what you want about us, you know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter remains is to get in that ring and to beat us is always gonna be a whole nother subject.
Hard, bro. Hard, yo.
No matter what you watch, no matter what kind of film you watch, no matter what kind of tape you study.
And you know what I heard? Hey, Venom, I was chatting through the I was going through the group the other day, and I seen somebody put up there what do you say? He said, oh, is the East Coast fighters scared to fight the West Coast fighters? That's what I heard. You feel me? And I was looking like, dang, that's again. It was somebody put it up there on the group. I'm pretty sure it had to be somebody from the West Coast. But I was like, dang, like, do they understand? I just don't think people don't understand, yo. That's just like saying the brand new wrestler fighting Undertaker. Even though it's script, who gonna be that? Who you think gonna win?
Really, to me, yeah, that's like saying is the Eastern Conference scared to play against the Western Conference in the finals.
My point is that right. My point is
like we on 2 different sides now. Like if we was right by each other, then it wouldn't be no division like that. You know what I mean? Because we'd both be on the West Coast, we both be on the East Coast. Now there's nobody in West, North, South, East, West Coast that I'm scared to fight anyway. So I know they want to talk. I know they're not talking about me. So
and out in general, for real, they were saying in general, was there? You know, I mean, you know,
I know.
So
I'm like I'm on the East Coast, and since I'm here, it's like
say it's backyard, yo. Is the listen? Anybody come there, anybody tell you it's different than all of y'all. Every yard is different, got their own unique their own unique thing about them. Whereas though they, you know what I mean, it's something different. And the OG yard is like one of the worst. It's like so much going on. It's hot as hell. You on top of
yeah.
At the same time, and you got to breathe all this shit in while fighting. You so
the element itself,
the element,
defeat you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The ground, the air, the altitude that's in the mountains is a higher altitude. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
yeah.
Also, you know, the heat beating you constantly. Before you even fight, you getting beat up.
Right. That's true.
So, you know, and that's just a word of advice. Anybody that goes, you know what I'm saying? Like, people be taking it too lightly going out there and like, it's, boy, you will, it'd be a long trip back home, man. You know, from my understanding, you know, I remember one time I fought and it was in the winter, you know what I mean? And by the time I was done, I felt like needles in my lungs. I was like, well, you know, I don't got asthma, but where that pump at? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you got to prepare for every season, every element, I'm talking about before you come and fight, you better watch the weather. You better watch the weather. Like, I'm talking about know the humidity, you know, which way the birds are flying. You better know which way the clouds are moving if there's a tornado in Kansas. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, I just want to thank y'all for giving everyone a preview of what the show is going to be like.
Yes, sir.
And so we can certainly expect a lot of fireworks, some honest, right conversations. And so with that, I just want to thank y'all, gentlemen.
Oh, yeah. You know what? To me, that was just a conversation. You know what? We got way more exciting stuff for the show. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah,
we can't
absolutely. Yeah, that's what I want to say some of that for the show.
Yeah. This is kind of like you could take 2 minutes of this whole clip and that'll be the portion that we conversate, but the rest of it is going to be more action. You're going to get more visuals. You're going to get more fun. You're going to get nothing but love, you know, for us, the Street Beef community, except 619 and, you know, a couple other people. But other than that, it's like we here. And I do thank you guys, you know what I'm saying, for putting this together. I mean, shout out to having the fight. I mean, this is going to be great. We, you know, training. I mean, you know, building some type of cohesion together where we're just ready to help you guys understand what Street Beef is all about.
Word. Well, thank you two gentlemen for coming on the show. Looking forward to actually launching the show. And so for those who are watching, make sure you pay attention. We haven't necessarily launched or released the date that the first show is going to come on, but make sure you're paying attention because when we do, trust me, it's going to be fireworks. So thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hey, Street Beef, I love y'all. Thank y'all for always showing your support, you know, regardless of what it is, if it's me or another fighter, man. Y'all are like, this is just an honest heart to heart. You guys are, you know, awesome. I'm talking about from the top to the bottom. Has never seen an organization that functions so well with the people. You know what I'm saying? Like literally down to the dirt on the ground to the highest position you can think of. It's very poised.
Well, thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Couldn't said it better. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So if you like what you heard, like what you saw, I mean, we had a lot of people on the show today. We could have had more, but we want to kind of stay focused on the BLK Prime stuff and also with this new news that we have. New news. Yeah, bars. So look at that. So thank you. Appreciate it. If you like what you heard, like what you saw, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can follow us on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram, you know, see what we're doing. And we got a lot more things coming to you, right? So make sure you're tuning in. So till then, thank you. Be good.